That's what you see women like Chelsea Handler, feminists like Chelsea Handler going with now. They've been lied to by their society forever, that you could be a girl boss and you can do anything a man can do, which everyone who's ever seen a woman back up a vehicle knows that's not true. But either way, they've been told that they should do career and don't do a family or anything like that. And soon you're Chelsea Handler. Soon it's Valentine's Day and your womb resembles a dried up tumbleweed blowing down an old western town. And your Valentine's Day date for the 10th year in a row is a 10-year-old copy of Magic Mike and a half-full bottle of Xanax, and you're trying to pretend like you're happy, but you're not happy. And it's actually not her fault. She's been lied to by a country that has lost its way.
Oh, Chelsea Handler must be a sad, sad woman because she's doing whatever the hell she wants, says Jesse Kelly on Tucker Carlson's show. So she released this comedy video. I'm gonna stress that again. This comedy video about how on Valentine's Day, since she's single, she can do whatever the hell she wants and exaggerates the things that she likes to do. You know, the reason I had to explain that is because all these guys suddenly got triggered. All these conservatives, these manly men, these alpha men are obsessed with this one woman's own life. It's weird because again, Jesse Kelly there was talking about the whole thing, but what he did mention was his immaculate grade point average before he then continued on with how stupid these women are. Watch more.
Makes you happy. No kidding. Jesse Kelly is the host of the Jesse Kelly Show and a very wise man, actually. He joins us tonight. Jesse, does narcissism, does living for yourself, when it's always about you, is that the road to joy and fulfillment? I wonder.
You know, I wonder why you called me a wise man, Tucker, because I'm actually very stupid. You see, when I was a kid, I thought I was wise. I thought I was very intelligent. I did. And you know why I thought that, Tucker? Because I had a mom who loved me, and she was always, Jesse, you're the smartest, and Jesse, you're the best. And then one day, I'm 18 years old, and I got a 0.0 grade point average in college. I'm not making that up. And I realized you're not actually smart. Everything you've been told is a lie, Jesse. You're actually quite stupid, and you're going to have to deal with that. That's what you see women like Chelsea Handler, feminists like Chelsea Handler going with now. They've been lied to by their society forever.
What? Yo, listen, Tucker, I don't know why you called me smart. I'm actually completely stupid, and I'm gonna prove it to you right now. So he continued down his road about how Chelsea Handler must be this vacant life because, again, I think Tucker asked it, if living for yourself the road to enjoyment and fulfillment? Yeah. I mean, I thought that's a pretty easy answer. Since more people wanted to ask it, Ben Shapiro said, I have a way to ask the same question. And in fact, I can complain about someone else's own damn life too, because mine is too pathetic to care about on my own. Watch Ben.
So Chelsea Handler is a perfect example of this. Chelsea Handler, who I don't know who decided she was funny and when, and how hard they had hit their head on the toilet before inventing the flux capacitor. But who actually decided Chelsea Handler was funny? This is one of these unanswerable questions in life. It's like trying to find out what's on the interior of a black hole. Who was the person responsible for this decision? Well, she has put out a video on Valentine's Day. It is titled Day in the Life of a Childless Woman.
I remember that I have no kids to take to school, so I take an edible, masturbate, and go back to sleep. I wake up at 12:30 p.m. and get ready for a busy day of doing whatever the I feel like. I go to my fave spot in Paris to grab a croissant. I do a meditation sesh on the plane since I have no screaming kids.
Anyway, nobody? No one's laughing? Okay, but there's something that's way more important about this video. And it really is kind of important. And that is, this lady is miserable.
I would like to submit that the folks that are complaining about that comedic video are the ones that are miserable. In fact, some that break down and say, she didn't really fly to Paris in one day. You know, it's impossible. Did you see there was a bit of she sat in this airplane and she can't sit legs crossed on an airplane. What is she talking about? Those aren't the pathetic people. Those aren't the miserable people involved in this joke. By the way, you don't have to laugh at it. That's okay. But it doesn't mean that all these things are actually in reality what you have to be fighting back against. This horrific feminist saying she wants to do whatever the F she wants. That hurts my feelings. They're devastated over this whole thing. So I guess finally Chelsea had to respond to them. So here's Handler's response to them.
Hey everyone, I woke up this morning, well, more like this afternoon, and noticed that there was an emergency meeting of the Receding Hairline Society to discuss a comedy video I filmed about not wanting kids. Wow. Why would I even need my own children when I get to hear these crybabies all the time? I mean, I can't believe that bearded version of Tucker Carlson thinks I would take half a bottle of Xanax. I take way more than that, you silly goose. Look, I don't want to debate whether or not I'm a girl boss, although I did just look at my bank account and think, that's pretty girl boss. And then I thought about the 10 plus different people I've been able to put through college. And then I remembered my 6 New York Times best-selling books. Or was it 5? Oh, no, it was 6. And then I remember my recent stand-up special that was just released on Netflix called Revolution. And I thought, yeah, you are a girl boss. You guys seem so triggered by me. I mean, my goodness, Tucker, I think it is time for you to ask yourself a serious question. Are you really upset about how much freedom I have? Or are you upset that you haven't been able to take it away from me yet? Oh, and quick shout out to Ben Shapiro. Thank you for helping my cause of not having children. Who needs the birth control pill when your voice is 100% effective?
I've said enough on this, yes. What are you thinking?
Yeah, so I actually did a piece for The Breakdown. It'll be out later, where I mentioned that the left and the right can no longer objectively agree on what's funny and what isn't anymore. But just the fact that they're debating whether or not she actually went to Paris just shows that they're missing all of the points. Chelsea Handler is not for them, and Chelsea Handler is no victim. You need to get out of here with that, right? So Tucker and his guests, they're all so sad to me all the time. It's hilarious that he's so preoccupied with someone like Chelsea Handler, who chooses to live her own life. But I guess that's kind of in line with a lot of their other beliefs on the right. But I'm sure Chelsea Handler is having fun responding to someone like Tucker and Ben Shapiro. But what's sad to me is that actual people that I know personally watch Tucker's show every night, right? I don't want to believe that these people agree with everything he says. I don't want to believe that these people agree with his misogyny or the misogyny of his guests, but I have to assume they do. Otherwise, why would they keep watching? It's kind of scary. And it also feels so lazy and archaic to condemn a woman for not having children, right? There's 1,000,001 reasons why someone would choose not to have a child or would be unable to have a child. For a man who stands with a party that's against things like the child tax credit, Tucker is again and unsurprisingly completely out of touch with the issues and concerns of real, actual Americans.
Well, that's the connection, but somehow he still fools enough people into thinking that's a winner right there. He's complaining about someone else's life and what they want to do with it. It's almost like all this legislation that their political, components in Congress rail after and make sure that they're controlling people's bodies all the time. It's almost like it's a connection to that. And if they can't control your bodies, oh man, are they upset? And name calling starts flying, and how pathetic and lonely she must be.
Yeah,
I think it's
no maternity. If you want me to have a baby, then make it easier for me to have a baby, But they're not doing that either.
They don't. I'm not going to get into the part of other ways that they're not helpful in helping women have babies. But we're not going to go to that point.